Hi, we hope that everything is well in this quarantine. My team is composed by Nico Lopez, Carlos Gonzalez, and me, Gibran Castro. We are going to talk about the science and research of pharmaceutical laboratory. To begin, I am going to talk about general objectives. General objectives consist in develop the designs of a pharmaceutical laboratory, implementing clean energy systems, and taking advantage of space, which is the series forward in the field of research. From this point left continue with specific objectives, which are first is minimize the cost of developing the pharmaceutical laboratory as possible. Second, implement methods for using space to maximize work capacity and efficiency. And third, ensure that the laboratory can implement the most modern studies and processes. To illustrate this point, our desire is to generate a source of income. We had the idea of a pharmaceutical laboratory where the activities of research, development of new drugs, and improvement of existing drugs are developed. Pharmaceutical laboratories and those physical or legal, which in advance are supervised by the competent administration, and these are responsibility for manufacturing industrial medicines, participating in any page of development and sale of medicines, giving multiple people a jobs opportunity and probably students of the said institution. In the project, we implemented solar panels. Solar panels are implemented in the parking lot to reduce the budget and maximize space. The number of parking walls that are unnecessary for the structure will be reduced. The dividing walls are used to confine specific areas, reducing them does not affect in structure. Without them, the cost is low and the spaces increase considerably. It's all from me. Thanks. Continue my partner Nicole.
I'm Nicole, and now I'm going to explain the solar panel diagram. Well, the main material that is used to make these solar panels is called silicium, and it is a metalloid chemical element, but it is very expensive. That's why people don't want to use them in their houses or in their business. It obviously works 100% with sun, and this is the raw material that it uses, but it also can be days where there is no sun at all, and like cloudy days, or even in winter season where the sun is not at its max, and this can affect the productivity of these ones. In the market there are a lot of similar products, but they are much more advanced in technology. It can produce a very advanced initial investment, but it doesn't produce long-term electricity. This means that it doesn't work like a generator. You can't like keep energy for later or for a emergency. This only works from that moment. The environmental impact, it's very strong because it uses sun as its main source of energy, but it also produces CO2 while producing energy, and that is very bad. In Mexico, pharmaceutical research during the second half of the 19th century was carried out by various state institutes as well as by private associations of doctors and pharmacists. Pharmaceuticals in Mexican territories during this century was a distant dream and without the necessary conditions to carry it out. Pharmaceutical industrialization had emerged in Europe in the course of 19th century. However, in Mexico, the advances in chemistry had not yet generated interest in creating an industry for the production of drugs and medicines.
Hi, I am Elias Aceves. We decided to develop or create a pharmaceutical laboratory with different characteristics of others. We wanted a laboratory because all this time we are living a pandemic that look by us by surprise. Yeah. Thanks to this, our project has or is constitute sustainable materials, unlike other laboratories. As will it is construction will be good the environment will be equipped with the good instruments and to be able to react in time. It will be built on Mexican standards so that it is working properly. As a result of your search and work present, and it is possible to conclude that our pharmaceutical laboratory will meet all the standards that a laboratory requires. It will also feature different sustainable materials and mentioned about. On the other hand, this laboratory will be better than others, taking into account background of different laboratories. So, as note to make the same mistakes and to be able to have a good laboratory. The objectives that were proposed in the projects are fundamentally to achieve good laboratory. Finally, this laboratory will be one of the few that have green or sustainable materials, and also the energy will be generated by windmills. And we hope that others take this project into account and follow our example. Thanks for your time.